All right, welcome back. Today, James and I, hello, James,
Hi, hi, hello.
are going to try out some teams that were originally mentioned on the Prep Area podcast. James and I are both fans, and we heard some teams that we liked the idea of, and we thought it'd be kind of fun to run them against each other. So, we've got a couple of them in mind for you today, starting with James' team.
Right, so this is the Trubian Shadowmel's $8 team, which involves using Vibranium Shield to sit in the field. It's a continuous dice, and it says when a character die you control is KO'd, character dice you control get +2 defense until the end of turn. So when multiple dice are KO'd, that will stack up quite nicely, and you'll get a massive defense buff. And then there's Kal-El from Another Earth, whose global says pay shield, switch target character die attack and defense until end of turn. So those buffed characters will go from having a massive bottom to a huge attack, and they will try to outnumber the opponent. And there are ways of clearing the opponent's characters, like with Bruce Wayne, Uncommon, and Vigilante Justice. Alfred is there because he's great and because he comes back after being KO'd 5 times out of 6, as long as you have a sidekick die in your use pile. And the Flesh Golem is there for KOing Alfred. And I'm having to proxy, it's not really the right word, because I have neither the card nor the die for Spectre, who's only there for the global. His global says, I think, pay a bomb and do 1 damage to a target sidekick. So that's the missing card from my team. Apologies for that. Apparently it's on its way from Spain. So thank you. Thank you, Jesus. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Okay, over to you.
Okay, and this is the most recent team. Thought I would give it a whirl. So I think technically it's an affiliation team. So it's got these 4 Superman affiliated characters. So obviously we're going to start with Jimmy Olsen, who makes Superman and Supergirl cost 2 less to purchase. And then there's Superman, who costs 1 less to purchase for each of your different active Superfriend characters. And then Supergirl, who becomes 2 less, but then she can't be targeted with action dice or globals unless your opponent pays 2 life. So if they had Blink Transmutation or something, I could start throwing her in, and they would have to either deal with her giant attack or pay 2 life to blink her back. And then Lois Lane, who I think if you're not running an affiliation team probably could be cut in this particular instance, but she does give your super friend +1 while attacking, so if you need the extra attack, there you go. And then the important part here is Knowhere, the rare Knowhere in this case, which is a 3-cost action, which lets you swap any character in your use pile or field zone for an unpurchased character die costing 1 more. So the hope is, if I can buy Superman for 3 or even 2, I can then swap him as a 6-cost out for a 7-cost, like Captain Marvel Kree-powered, who lets me get 2 attack steps. If I'm swinging with enough Superman, James is going to have to either deal with them somehow or let him go through and get killed. And so then if I have a second attack step, maybe all of the characters that he just blocked with are killed, although probably not with Alfred. We'll see how that goes. I could always use Gorilla Grodd, who gives them all +1 attack and Overcrush. And then if I had any villains to worry about, or I needed an even bigger attacker, I could swap in for Thanos, who makes all other villain character dice blank. Do you have any villains?
Dice or cards? I have just Darkseid. Does he blank cards? I think it's cards.
It does say cards, yeah. So that would get rid of Darkseid's text. But
since you have Resurrection, well, okay. So the Darkseid global would be gone.
Yeah, I think the only reason I would do it in this particular matchup is if I had a level 3 Superman and I wanted to change a 7/8 into a 9/9. So that might make a bit of a difference. We'll see.
I suspect Grodd might be a better purchase.
Yeah, probably going to go for Grodd. So the hope, I guess, is that I'm going to just get a bunch of Superman swinging at you with Overcrush, and even your Alfreds will not be able to deal with that. All right, but we'll see how it goes. You never know. So James, per tradition, is going to call.
I'm going to call action.
Right, and it is action right now.
Okay, I will go first then.
Okay. Good luck, James.
Thank you. Okay, 1 there, and let's go. I'm basically hoping to get a couple of Alfreds out. Against Superman teams, I played one yesterday, and Cyborg is extremely helpful. Extremely helpful, but I don't know. I can either go with that, which will slow me down, or I can just try and outpace you. Okay, I'm going to flip that to a shield using the cyborg global, and I'm going to prep an Alfred.
With which chalkboard?
I'm not going to prep an Alfred because the chalkboard is not here. I'm very sorry. Okay. Let me put that back again.
We're so used to having it, but neither of our teams has
Yeah.
it, and so they're both going to be a little at a disadvantage because Jimmy with a chalkboard is even better.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm going to field that, and I'm just going to buy. I'm just going to buy an Alfred in the normal.
I know, it feels so old school, right? You got to just pay energy and put it in your use pile.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. Okay, so 4 energy, none of which is a fist. And we would really like a fist. I suppose if I had to, I could try and buy Knowhere this turn. But I think I'd much rather... And if I did that, I could buy Knowhere, and then I could prep a die with the dark side. Well, even either global, I could use Resurrection.
You should get a 3 or 4 cost and do like, do the resurrection thing.
Well, it occurs to me if I get 2 energy, well, that's not great. I was hoping that I could get a fist and another energy, and then I could have used the dark side global and then resurrected, and I would have 2 dice in prep. So I will field the sidekick, and then, you know what, I'm just going to go for Knowhere early. See what we do. And I'll pass to you.
Okay. 4 out the bag. Right, I'm going to want to use some kind of global, I should imagine, and I will buy, since I have 3 energy, I will buy Vibranium Shield, which will go into my used pile. They will go into transition, and I'll pay the energy for my dark side global. Or I could have, if it's at all controversial, I could have used the resurrection global, the shield. No? Did I have 2 shields? No. And I will pull a die, which causes me to refill my bag using only those dice from the used pile, and I'll prep that, and I'll pass turn.
All right.
Is that right?
Yep. So I'll just roll these 4 dice, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to use your cyborg to turn this sidekick to a shield. I will pay 2 energy, and I will buy a Jimmy Olsen. And then I will pay an energy to use Darkside's Global, which will allow me to prep a die. And then I will pay a shield for Resurrection's Global, which just says, once per turn, you may prep a die.
Fair enough.
So, if you do them in the right order there, it's pretty sweet. I will pass for you.
Okay. I'm pulling 4. Have I got 4 in the bag? I suppose I have. Okay. There's 4. Let's see if anything rolls. Critical. Well, I'm sure that Alfred was on a character face. No. Okay. Shields up. Shields up. I like saying that a lot. I'm going to re-roll that. So we don't have chalkboards, so I'm not too bothered about that. What do I want? Well, at this point, I need more Alfreds, possibly a Bruce. So that would be good if that rolled. I think I'll leave that in case. And re-roll these. Oh, Alfred, honestly. Okay, I'll settle for sidekicks and a shield. And I think come the Superman, I'll probably want, if I don't have Cyborg, I'll probably at least want some more Alfreds. So hang on, I can do another. Yes, bag's empty again. Okay, let's do it like that. I'll buy an Alfred. Will I buy an Alfred? Yeah. Where is he? I usually keep my Alfred on the other side, but so that the dice can be more or less visible, I've sort of moved my team around, so I don't know where to look for things. Okay, I should pay 2 for that. And he goes into used. And yeah, I'll do the same as you. What order do I have to do it in? I have to do my
dark side first, because that way you have an empty prep when you start.
Yeah. Okay, so dark side with that.
Doesn't matter really.
Bag reset, and then resurrection. Oh, it's like Christmas. There you go. Okay. Pass turn.
All right. I've only got 3 in my bag, so I'm going to draw one of these sidekicks. Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm getting better, guys. Oh.
Oof, Jimmy's out.
Well, I think Jimmy's out, and pretty sure that means I can buy a 7 cost this turn.
Ah, you can do it from a used
Question
pile as well.
is,
Not just a
which one do I want? See, the thing is, it'd probably be better to get him in the field. So I almost... No, yeah, you have to pay to field Jimmy, so I can't reroll nowhere. Okay, so I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to field Jimmy. So now Superman costs 3 less, 2 for Jimmy, and then 1 because Jimmy is a superhero or Superman affiliation. So I can buy Superman for 3. So I will. And then Superman's in my used pile. So let's go ahead and use Nowhere and put Superman back and swap that for a Gorilla Grodd.
Lovely. Nice. Early Grodd.
Yeah, just, what is that, turn 3? I mean, that's it was pretty popular with PXG, but... Yeah. All right, I guess that's my turn. Pass to you.
I'm starting to think that maybe I should have brought that cyborg after all. Right. 6 dice, though. Oh, Alfred's just not playing, is he? Look at that. Come on. What do I want? Okay, so looking at that Grodd, I could buy a cyborg, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but he's going to take a little while to come around. Unless I use Darkseid multiple times to reset my bag. I don't know if that's a very good investment. I could buy Bruce. Wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily. Something with some defense would be good. Okay, I really want Alfred. Come on, Alfred. That's what you want to do. All right. This is a bit complicated. Right, so if I keep that, that'll be handy. Any other energy will do for my global, shield for your global, or another Alfred, or a cyborg. I think we'll go with that. I don't know. Okay. All right. There we go. Sidekicks galore. It's not going to help me much against Overcrush, but so now what do we need? We need Alfred to come out of the bag. And okay, so either I buy now an Alfred or I buy a Vigilante Justice in fear of your awful Groddling, but you don't have. Well, okay, you will soon have some Superman out, which I can. Okay, so how many dice?
I mean, that's a little scary. You've got Vibranium Shield and 5 guys in the field already. That's already dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't have enough attackers to make Overcrush useful enough yet.
I'm going to. Do I go with it? I'm going to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and buy Vigilante Justice because I'm afraid of Grodd. Go for it. Pass turn.
All right. So 3 dice in the bag. So refill. And all right. I think if I were to make this for a non-affiliation event, I might swap Lois Lane out for Chalkboard. Because look, I could put another Superman in my prep area right now. What I think I will do is I will buy a Superman for 3, and then I will use this to use the Resurrection Global. And then I will pass turn to you.
Okay. Oops, Alfred's there. Okay. Okay. Hum, hum, hum. Okay, I'm going to field Alfred. I think I've committed myself to an early strategy here, haven't I?
I think you've almost got me though.
Well, it's all a little bit dependent on Alfred. If he doesn't come back. But
Oh,
yes,
you don't have any in your use pile, so you can't.
But I can manipulate that with. Oh yeah, actually, because you've only got 2, haven't you? So maybe I don't even need Vigilante Justice. It depends how many times Alfred's going to come back, if at all. Because I can use Dark Side Global to pull a die, but I'd still need more shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Okay, no, we'll leave it.
Yeah, if you could get a few more shields, you could do a lot of damage this turn.
Yeah. Well, I can flip things, can't I? Actually, I can flip one thing.
Flip one thing, yeah.
You know what? No, I'll try and make it so I've got more dice next time. How's that going to work? I've only got 5 bloody dice left. Right, I'm going to. I'm going to buy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to buy an Alfred. And I'm going to use that to draw a die. I'm sure I'm doing the right thing. But there we go. Okay.
Dark Side Global. All right. And then any attacks?
No.
Okay. No. All right. So draw 4. Almost lose the sidekick. Okay. So Knowhere. I don't think I want Knowhere this turn because I feel like I need more Superman dice. What I really want to do is use Knowhere once they're attacking. But I really just need a bunch of bodies in the field now that I have Grodd. I'm sort of wondering about the purchase order on this team. So I have to spend 1 energy to field Grodd, which leaves me with only 2. I think I'd almost prefer to get Knowhere as double energy this time. So we'll see what happens. And it does come up double energy. So we'll pay 1 and we'll field Grodd. And then we'll pay a mask to use Darkseid's Global. So these in my use pile go to my bag, which is empty. And we'll get, well, that's Superman. And then I think I want to spend these 3 and buy another Superman. So yeah, if I attack with Grodd, you have a 6/6 with Overcrush, but you'd probably just take it. Yeah. Okay, I will pass turn to you.
Okay. 1 out of the bag.
Maybe I'll die this turn, but if not,
sort of depends on what Alfred decides to do. And I didn't pull the other Alfred, unfortunately. Oh, actually, that's going to make life really difficult. Alfred needed to come out. Oh, well.
Well, and your bag's so thin, your use pile is empty that you can't get your Alfreds back.
Yeah. That's annoying, but never mind. Right. All right, let's have a go since that's up. I'm going to pay Darkseid once, which unfortunately brings out Alfred, and then pay Oh, that's not going to work. Wait. No.
Oh, because you needed a
Take it all,
sidekick. Okay, hold on.
take it all back. Yeah, I need a bloody psychic. No, okay. I need a bolt in that case, or another shield. So I'll re-roll those.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I'll bolt out that sidekick, and then I will pay for the dark side global.
Oh, clever. Keep it separate, though, because it's used power.
That's
Yeah.
used, yeah. So, yes, it's essential that I roll that sidekick die, not those.
So because the dark side global says move a die from prep to used, that's how he's managed
Yeah.
to get one in his used pile this turn.
Okay, so now I might as well just do it. So I'll use Vigilante Justice. So when one of my characters is knocked out, I knock out one of yours.
Okay.
And then I will begin to fabricate and hope Alfred comes back. Okay, so I'll fabricate once, which knocks out 2 of your characters.
You get to choose, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The non-sidekicks.
Yes, that makes sense.
And everything in my field gets a +2 defensive buff for each Alfred which was knocked out.
Well,
so
and your sidekick was knocked
4.
out, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you've all got +6 right now.
Okay, good, thank you. And now I'm going to roll this to see if Alfred will come back, which one of them does on level 1. And again, critical roll. Okay, yeah, the other one's back on level 1. So they haven't got buffs. Actually, they have got buffs, but it's irrelevant because they're going to die probably. But they've got +6 in back, right?
Yes.
And I'm now going to knock those out again using Fabricate. So that's another +2 from each KO. So your remaining sidekick is knocked out because of Vigilante Justice.
Yeah, so you've already got me. They're at +10.
They got +10, and I can flip 2 of them and attack.
Wow. Well, Shadowmeld, if you watch this, then your $8 team beats your big juggernauty, overcrushy Knowhere team. Although maybe you had some issues with how I played it.
Well, thank you very much, Truby and Shadowmeld. That's much appreciated. Props to you. And
yeah, good game, James.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
All right. Thanks, guys.